Hey guys, my name is Justin and welcome to Hellsborough, where we care about the design behind designer luxury. And if you do too, make sure to subscribe. So for today's video, I have the review of the Telfar Eastpak collaboration shopping bag backpack with nylon material and embossed Telfar logo with Eastpak patch on the front. Nylon webbing straps, backpack straps, even though I already said it was a backpack. And then a detachable shoulder slash crossbody strap. Also, it's medium. Alright, so if you're not familiar with the kinds of reviews I do, I base these off of 5 categories. And those categories are design, durability, comfort, investment value, and impact, like visual impact. Like all of my reviews, these are, of course, based on personal experience and my perspective, but in the end, it's not me telling you if you should buy a bag or not. It's just trying to give you as much information as possible so you can make the right decision that is for you. Alright, so the first category I wanted to talk about is design. I know I've said in past reviews of the actual shopping bags that like the regular ones, oh, it's just a rectangle, it's, it has straps, whatever. But then for me, having a rectangular backpack is actually very fun. It's actually quite charming in a way. It's kind of like those Japanese backpacks, like the school bags that all the kids have that are like these huge squares. It doesn't look the same, but the feel of how wide it is the feel that I get. Because I always had the regular JanSport Eastpak shaped backpacks. So this is actually a really fun take on a collaboration. I think it's super smart. For me, one of the things that I love about this logo is that because the nylon has a bit of a sheen to it, or maybe it's just the way that the material in general, any sort of nylon, picks up light. I feel like right now maybe it's more subtle because there's a front light, but when you get light from above, it really makes the logo stand out. And then I love that anytime that there's a strap or a connection, there's a little bit of a reinforcement. So for the backpack straps, we have this nylon webbing. For other places where this strap is and where this connection of the strap goes, it's sewn into the seam, which for me is always a good thing. Eastpak is pretty well known for good quality backpacks, right? Because it's a backpack and the whole idea is you would use it more in daily stuff. It's a bit more organized than just the shopping bag. So it has a zip pocket, it has this netting pocket on the inside, and then a little slip for some sort of electronics. And then this is kind of where I think this bag falls short a little bit. When you look at the measurements of the bag, it is pretty similar to the shopping bag, but the opening, because it has a zip, which I love the zip, and the fact that it's a regular backpack that it opens on both sides, amazing. But if you're trying to fit an electronic device, oh my god, I forgot the word, a computer, it's either not going to fit or it's going to be a tight squeeze. I know for a fact that a 13-inch MacBook Pro will fit even with a little bit of a case, a thin case on it, but you're going to have to jam it in and angle it to actually get it to fit nicely. 15-inch, basically anything bigger than a 13-inch computer, it's not going to fit. I will say I have an iPad, an iPad Air, that has the fancy keyboard case, and that fits in nicely here. But again, it's super tiny compared to an actual computer. So that's just one thing to really consider if you want it for school or work and you have a specific computer size that you already have or you want to buy. This is not great. But that being said, when we're talking about this bag, there's so much organization built into it because it's Eastpak, it's a backpack. And then Telfar loves having multiple ways of being able to carry their bags, even on the regular ones. That even adding a backpack functionality really turns it up to 11 for me. So we have a top handle situation, backpack straps, and then, oh, it's already attached, the shoulder slash crossbody strap. Being able to have this kind of versatility is really amazing. In certain situations, this is almost kind of a perfect bag for me. Actually, one thing about the versatility I just wanted to mention. I went to a museum when I was in LA, and I was wearing it as a backpack because hello, like, I'm walking around a lot, just have it as a backpack. And there were other people there with backpacks too, and they were just telling them, like, oh, you have to take your backpack off. You can't wear it on your back, I guess because you might bump into the art or something like that. So you go around this museum, you see a lot of suckers, like, wearing their, like, JanSports, like, backwards, so, like, on the front, so it's, like, they have, like, these backpack bellies, and I was like, that's not for me. So when the lady said that I had to take it off, I immediately attached the strap and then wore it crossbody, and she was fine with that. So, versatility here, it's really great. I also like that it is nylon, so you know, like, if you spill something on it or if it gets wet, it's gonna be fine. But that being said, because the size is a little bit on, like, the smaller size compared to what we're used to with the regular shopping bag in the medium, even though I feel like I was just singing its praises so much, the size is really what, like, kind of, like, pulls it down just a little bit for me. And I think, of course, like, if you don't want to use it for a computer, perfect, but I just had to consider that aspect of it, and really, I think I'm just gonna give it an 8. Alright, so the next category is durability. For me, durability on this kind of bag, specifically because it's like a nylon, it's pretty good. Nylon in general is a long-lasting material. It's basically like a woven plastic in a way. But then for me, one of the issues I've been seeing, and it's not on this one, it's actually the black one. Okay, I actually wanted to, like, alternate the colors per each section, but I gotta bring this one up. So, one thing I've noticed is that there are actually, like, loose threads, and maybe it's just part of the construction, it's not really an issue, but the fact that it looks like it might start coming apart, I think that's a little worrying. And I do love the side pockets that have, like, you know, it's like a mesh pocket. And I understand elastic does wear out, but I have a water bottle that fits perfectly in here, and I have noticed that this elastic is not as stretchy as the one on the yellow. Like, this one still feels pretty firm, this one is already starting to feel a little loose. And maybe that's on me, maybe I shouldn't be putting a water bottle there, but still, like, if it fits, it fits. What's it say? If it fits, it sits? Oh, it's for cats, never mind. But other than that, like, the zipper works really smooth, and, like, I've already used this bag quite a lot. The last thing I wanted to talk about is the material, like the nylon. So with this kind of nylon, specifically the kind that you see on, like, school bags, like backpacks, it does sometimes pill, it can rip, it can get caught on things because this is kind of more of a, not like a looser weave, but, like, there's more of a texture on this kind of nylon than, say, like a Prada nylon. And that's kind of one of the things that I worry about there. I haven't really seen too much happening to this bag in particular, besides, like, the loose threads, the elastic, but I just know from experience that this kind of nylon, it will show wear. I guess when it comes to the score, I'd give it an 8. Alright, so the next category is yellow. Nope. So the next category is comfort, and I'm switching to the yellow one because I wanted to do yellow for the last one, but with durability, I want to talk about black because I had worn it far more than I had worn this one. But let me tell you, I already talked about versatility, and you know how I feel about versatility when it comes to bags, right? You want to change it up, you want to be able to wear it how you feel and do what's comfortable for you, and when you do what's comfortable for you, of course you're going to be comfortable. Does that make sense? I'm gonna go with it. I mean, first off, if it's a backpack, like a backpack with padded straps, super comfortable already. But then if for some reason it's hitting the wrong spots or it's not feeling, like, right, then I will just switch it to crossbody. Or even hold it by the handles. Stupid little handles that are this webbing strap. I love it. I love this bag so much when it comes to comfort. Also, the fact that it's so wide, it helps distribute the weight really nicely. When I'm biking and I'm wearing this bag, sometimes I almost forget that I'm wearing a backpack, and then I do freak out a little bit, but then, you know, it's worth it because it's a secure bag. Everything's padded. There's so many different ways to wear or carry it. For comfort, this is getting a 10. Alright, the next category I want to talk about is investment value. I kind of have the same preface every time I talk about Telfar when it comes to investment values. We should not be buying Telfars. to resell them. There's a whole like facet of the concept of Telfar where like reselling is like one of the worst things you can do when it comes to Telfar. But it still is important to me to mention because like you need some money and you need to sell it or something like that. Like I think it is important for you to be aware of just like the kind of value it gets. In general, because of the nature of Telfars, even though they have the bag security program where you can secure your bag, these are still a hot commodity. And when we're talking about the limited edition, like the collaboration ones, I think those ones are even hotter commodities. So for sure, when you're talking about investment value for one of these kinds of bags, if you keep your bag in good condition, you can for sure get the money that you spent on it. Obviously, if you keep it new and you try to resell it there, you could probably make a little bit more money than what it's worth. I don't recommend it. We should not be buying Telfars to resell them, but it still is something you can do. When I looked on Vestaire earlier, I actually didn't even see a medium for sale there, which to me means that like people are buying it to use it. So on the secondhand market, there's definitely a gap there. I'm not saying to like next drop, buy it, sell it there. That's stupid. But you have to admit like there is a gap there. So for me, I think that investment value, this bag probably gets like a 9. And then last category is impact. When I say impact, I mean how much attention are you going to get for it? Because I live in Europe, it's going to be a different experience than if you're in the US or somewhere where I think Telfar is maybe a bit more well known. That being said, while wearing this bag, I have actually gotten compliments from not strangers but friends. They think it's a cute bag and they love that it's a backpack but it's square. I think in general, I've mentioned this in like every single review of a Telfar bag I've had. There's a bit of a community. Like anytime I see someone with a Telfar, I compliment them and I let them know how like amazing they are. And for me, that's the same thing about this. Like you see that Telfar logo. Oh no, wait, I did actually. I was in a store in, oh no, I was in LA. Okay. Mind you, I don't live in the US. I was in LA for like 2 days. And while wearing that bag for the 2 days, I got a compliment and I got someone saying like, oh my god, I love that bag. I always say it, if I was in the US, it would get a perfect 10, but because people don't really know what Telfar is here, I have to give it like a 7.5. Alright, so that brings us to the final score. So doing all the math, it gets us to 42.5. That is pretty much like an 85, middle of the road B. I think that's appropriate. This is definitely one of my favorite bags, but it's not for everyone. You know, it doesn't fit every setting. It's super casual. I mean, also, like, I would love to see someone in a tuxedo carrying one of these, or in, like, a ball gown carrying, like, the small version of this. I think that'd be super hilarious. But it's a good bag. If you're looking for a bag that's, like, comfortable, versatile, a really fun, amazing black-owned brand, but maybe, like, not for your everyday work, I think it could be a perfect bag for you. I don't know, I love this bag. If you get it, let me know if you love it. Or if you're looking into it, do you have any questions? You can leave them in the comments. I'll try to answer as many as I can. I only get like 2 comments per video right now, so I will answer it. Are you mad that it's a little too small, or did you get one of like the defective ones that I've been seeing on Twitter? But I don't know, 2 for 2, that's gotta be like the 1 in 1,000, so I'm sorry to those people, but I love this bag. That is all I have for you today. If you like this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. It lets me know that you like this kind of content and that you too care about the design behind designer luxury. Until next time, I don't know.